You open a chart. You see billions in daily volume, and your first thought is, wow, the market looks alive. But let me be brutally honest with you. Most of the volume is fake. Yeah, fake. I've spent the last week going through on-chain data exchange wallets and wash trading detection tools. And what I've found is honestly terrifying. On some of the biggest chains in the market, up to 90% of the volume is nothing but bots trading with bots. Farming points, farming incentives, farming the next airdrop. It's a ghost town pretending to be a booming city. We are seeing a level of manipulation right now that makes the 2017 ICO mania look honest. Today, I am exposing what I call the fake volume scandal. I'm going to show you how exchanges and protocols manipulate their metrics, how I detect fake activity, and most importantly, which projects actually have real users hiding underneath all this noise. For years, trading volume was a sign of interest. If people traded an asset, it meant they cared. It meant something was happening. But in 2025, volume is no longer a measure of interest. It's a measure of farming. Welcome to the era of points programs and InfoFi. This is where the data gets ugly. I've been following the investigations from Zach XBT closely. He recently exposed over 160 influencers who were promoting InfoFi platforms without disclosing they were paid. But the problem is bigger than influencers. The problem is the mechanism itself. Platforms like Galaxy Layer 3 and Kato Yaps have gamified engagement to such an extreme degree that real users and farming bots are now indistinguishable. They reward every click, every retweet, every micro interaction, and every trivial on-chain transaction. So what happens? You get thousands of wallets performing actions, not because they want to use a protocol, but because they want points. Daily active users jump. Transaction volume jumps. Chain activity jumps, but none of it is sticky. None of it lasts. None of it carries real economic value. Think about this. If I paid you $5 to trade $100 back and forth 10 times, you'd do it. You just generated $1,000 in volume. But did you create $1,000 of real value? Of course not. You just farmed the incentive. And the moment the incentives disappear, the activity dies instantly. Let's talk about Blast, because this is the clearest proof of everything I'm saying. In June 2024, Blast had over 2.2 billion in TVL. The narrative was huge. The points program was everywhere. Bridging numbers exploded. Metrics looked like Blast was on track to become a top 3 layer 2. But after the airdrop, the chain collapsed. By late 2025, Blast's TVL was down to just 55 million, a 97% crash. Daily active users dropped by 95%. Activity evaporated overnight. Because the users were never real users. They were farmers. And once the free money dried up, they left. This is fake volume in its purest form, and it's happening across dozens of chains right now. Exchanges encourage it because inflated metrics attract investors. Project teams encourage it because VCs pay more for good numbers. It is a coordinated illusion, and if you're buying tokens based on these metrics, you're setting yourself up as the exit liquidity when the incentives stop. If all of this is happening, how do you protect yourself? How do you tell the next Blast from the next Arbitrum? Here are the tools I use and the ones you need to start using. Benford's law. I know this sounds technical, but stick with me. Benford's law is one of the most powerful ways to detect wash trading. In naturally occurring datasets like real organic trading, the number 1 appears as the first digit far more often than the number 9. About 30% of the time, real trades start with a 1. Only 5% start with a 9. But wash-traded markets don't follow this pattern. Bots trade in round numbers, or they use odd amounts that don't follow natural human behavior. And when you apply Benford's law to some of the supposed top exchanges, the results are shocking. Independent studies, including the well-known Bitwise analysis, have shown that up to 95% of volume on unregulated exchanges fails this test, meaning only 5% is real. Wallet size versus volume. Here's a simpler method. Go to Etherscan. Find the exchange's hot wallet. If an exchange claims 1 billion in daily volume, but their hot wallet only holds $5 million in assets, something's wrong. You cannot churn 200 times your liquidity without massive slippage. It's physically impossible, unless the trades are fake. This is extremely common on new perp DEXs that appear out of nowhere claiming to outvolume Uniswap. But when you check retention, only 10 wallets are actually active, because those 10 wallets are just bots farming rewards. User retention after incentives. Real projects retain users after incentives end. Fake ones lose everyone. This single metric exposes the truth more reliably than anything else. You might be thinking, is everything fake? Should I just sell everything? No. Because when you strip away the farmers, the bots, and the wash trades, the real projects become incredibly obvious. And this is where the opportunity is. To survive this market, you need to focus on one metric only. I looked at the data from Token Terminal and Nansen. Out of thousands of crypto protocols, only 11 generated more than 100,000 in weekly fees. Just 11. This is what I call the flight to quality. While everyone else chases shiny points programs and 1000% APYs, smart money is consolidating into the infrastructure that people actually use. Let's break down the real fee generators. People mock Justin Sun, but the data is undeniable. Tron generates more than 6 million a week in fee revenue, mostly from USDT payments in emerging markets. That's real usage. People pay to use it because it solves a real problem. Ethereum remains the king of fee revenue, though fragmentation across layer 2s is growing. Solana is generating huge activity. Over 100 million transactions a day at times. A lot of it is meme coin speculation, which is organic but not necessarily sustainable. But importantly, the fees are real. The users are real. People are paying to use the network. Hyperliquid is generating over 5 million a week in fees, putting it into the same league as major blockchains. And they did it by building something people actually want. A fast, seamless perp DEX with vertical integration. No artificial points farming. No inflated numbers. Just product market fit. We are now entering the next phase of the market. The phase where fake metrics are punished. Regulators are catching up. In late 2025, the SEC charged firms like ZM Quant and MyTrade for faking volume with trading bots. This is just the beginning. When wash trading stops, liquidity will disappear from protocols built only on incentives. You do not want to be holding governance tokens from projects with zero revenue and zero real usage. So here is the conclusion. Stop chasing TVL. TVL can be rented. Stop chasing transactions. Millions of spam transactions mean nothing. Start chasing revenue, retention, and real usage. Projects like Optimism and Arbitrum continue to grow because they build ecosystems people genuinely want to use. That's why Arbitrum still has over 20 billion in TVL, while Blast collapsed. One was built on real utility. The other was built on bribes. The market is maturing, and in every maturing market, the liars get exposed. So ask yourself, if the points program ended tomorrow, would anyone still use this project? If the answer is no, you are the yield being farmed. Sell it. Move to quality. Move to infrastructure. Move to protocols that generate actual cash flow. Because when the music stops, and it always stops, the only thing that matters is real revenue. I'll be auditing more projects in the next videos. If you appreciate deep, investigative content instead of hype, hit that subscribe button. It genuinely helps the channel grow. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.